Hey everybody, it's Livie here. It's a different kind of video today. My sound settings were a bit squiffy, so this is my tutorial for Rihanna's new music video, We Found Love. It's a pretty nice neutral look, like nude lips, brown smoky eyes, lots of eyeliner, and we're just going to jump into it. First thing I'm doing is applying foundation. I'm using Lancome's Taint Idol Ultra and applying it using a beauty blending sponge. And I'm doing a process of like patting and then smoothing and then more patting and then pressing, and all I'm trying to do is just really get it into the pores, just so you get that more of a flawless finish, I suppose. I don't really know how else to explain it, but that is just the way that I apply my foundation, and it works particularly well with this particular foundation because it has no oil in it, so it doesn't come up like too shiny. It just really just goes straight into the pores and sits there and sets, so that's pretty cool. I'm using a Laura Mercier finishing powder. It's translucent, and I'm going to apply it using a nice fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm applying it using nice big wide circular motions. And the good thing about translucent powder is that because it's so pale, it doesn't change the colour of your foundation, it just sets everything in place. Going on to contouring, I'm using the Sleek Face Contour Kit, and I'm using a Sigma large angled contour brush to apply it, just chucking that in the hollows of my cheeks just for some sort of definition, a nice little contoured look. I rather liked it, but her cheekbones look quite sculpted, and I'm using the highlighting side now with the same brush, just brushing up the cheekbones to get more of a glow. We just want to have highlight in the right places, catching the light, just to look a bit more glowy and suave, and that's me boogieing. I'm doing the eyebrows now using MAC's Charcoal Brown eyeshadow and a MAC 266 angle brush, and I'm just going to start filling them in gently. And the way I like to do my eyebrows is that I like to try and get the actual shadow on the hairs rather than pressing it really hard on the skin. Obviously in the places that I don't have hairs, just like gaps, then obviously you do have to apply it on the skin, but the natural look comes from just pressing it onto the actual hairs. Anyway, using a Rimmel London lipstick, it's Nude Delight. It's well and nice, it looks kind of orangey on camera, but it's a good nude, and she's wearing a rather natural orangey nude. So I'm putting that one on as a base, and then chucking MAC's Hue over the top of it. And Hue's got more of a pink base, so it's just going to have a really good sort of blend of natural browny, pinky hues. Ha, ironic. But no, it's quite nice, and it means that I don't have to apply a gloss over the top either, because it's quite a shiny lipstick anyway. Putting on a little bit of my Laura Mercier Silk Creme foundation on my eyes as a primer, because my Urban Decay primer potion has run out, and I'm putting that on with a beauty blending sponge. I'm using my MUA palette. It's the Heaven and Earth palette for eyeshadows, and it's £4, dirt cheap, and it's fantastic. And I'm going to take that nice little kind of taupey-ish colour there, apply it using a flat shader brush from BH Cosmetics, and yeah, you can see I'm just taking that one there. And I'm going to start a sort of a series of patting and smoothing, just like I do with my foundation, and I'm just going to apply it across the bulk of my eyelid, and I'm not pushing it above the crease, I'm just keeping it all on the main part of my eyelid. And of course, I'm pulling it right down into the outer corner, but I'm not kind of dragging it upwards and outwards into a cat shape. I'm just dragging it down towards my natural eye shape, and I'm also pulling it in the inner corners. You don't have to be too precise because you can blend it away, but that's what I'm doing. Taking a darker, more kind of rusty shade, same brush, pushing that into the outer corner. I'm not really creating a V shape, I'm literally just filling in the outer third with it, pushing up into the crease a little as well. And I'm going to use that same shadow, same brush, to apply that to my lower lids. I'm not putting it on particularly heavily, I'm just sort of dragging it on and dragging it down a little. And it just gives quite a nice smoky effect, and I'm dragging it across, I'd say, like 2/3, leaving the kind of the very innermost corner bare of any shadow, and smoothing away those annoying lines that I get when I apply foundation to my sort of eye area, because they bug me, and foundation just sits in them. But yeah, I'm also meeting it with the kind of the same shadow that I applied on the upper lid. Dragging it out a little bit more now, just making that shape a little more pronounced. And I'm also pulling it sort of downwards and upwards and outwards. I'm just extending it basically. And what I'm trying to do here is just get more definition and get the shape exactly right, because Rihanna's eyes are a different shape to mine. So I'm blending it with a nice little pencil brush. It looks like it's got green eyeshadow on it, but it doesn't, it's just stained. Applying a little bit more now, again, I'm just trying to really emphasise this shape, because she's got very almondy eyes and mine are very round. So I'm trying to create more of an almondy shape, and I'm just kind of blending it out with my fingers, and just trying to get the smokiness in there. I'm also going to take a nice little fluffy blending brush and do that as well. just like a process of blending and smoothing and stuff. Taking a champagne-y colour, same blending brush, I am going to use that across the bulk of my eyelid, like the rest of it that hasn't got any shadow on, and my brow bone. Because she doesn't really have a highlight, it's not like it's really light, but you can see that she has eyeshadow there, and it's more of like a champagne taupe colour. Pencil liner, Benefit's Bad Gal. I'm going to fill in my lash line, and I'm sort of just doing a regular sort of eyelinery line, taking it right into the inner corners. I haven't done that yet, but you'll see that too. I'm doing my waterline. I'm pretty much just creating a lovely big black raccoony line right there. And I pushed my eyelids down a little, not pulling, just pushed it, and it's bringing the waterline up, and that's what I'm doing to fill in the gap between your waterline and your lash line. And I'm just pushing that right into the inner corners, right into the tear duct, just trying to get the smokiness to maximum effect. And sort of cleaning up any mess I've got. And now I'm going to just sort of fill on the outer corners, drag it in, and again just pushing pencil liner across my upper lash line from sort of the inner corner, slightly tight lining as well, and I'm just trying to get the smokiness and the black around my whole eye just perfectly. And if I can't get the bit between my eyelashes and the lash and like, you know, the actual eyeliner line I've drawn, I just put my angle brush on my pencil liner and just fill that in with it. It just helps me sort of fill in those annoying gaps that never really get quite filled in, and getting bits of eyeliner off my contact lenses at the same time, and then just filling in any areas that I missed. Right, mascara. Revlon's Grow Luscious. It's pretty gangster, it's really good. I'm also using L'Oreal's Telescopic. I use that after the Revlon Grow Luscious. And I literally wiggle that in the roots. I really just push it right into the base. You need to, it's like backcombing. You can't just sit there and brush your hair. You have to really wiggle it, and to get any volume out of it, you just have to sort of wiggle and pull and wiggle and pull. Same principle with your mascara, just wiggle, 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 like the LMFAO song. And yeah, you'll get much more volume out of your lashes that way. Just wiggle them right in the base, and then sort of fluff them out as you're going. And it'll give you the illusion of having more lashes, so you don't have to apply false ones, because I don't really like false lashes, they bug me. Going over the top now with the L'Oreal Telescopic, and L'Oreal Telescopic really just lengthens them to the max. It's a pretty fantastic mascara, probably my all-time favourite. Anyway, this is the finished look coming up now. I hope you guys like it. I certainly did. I will see you with my next tutorial. Goodbye!